Robert, good to see you. Rick, welcome back. Doing good.
All right, it's a pleasure to be out here this morning and see the good, nice fans out here that stood behind the Rock and Roll Express through thick and thin. Now today, right here on TV, we got a match with the Blackhearts, a new team that's come to this area supposed to be real tough and bad. But you see, the Rock and Roll Express accepted their challenge because, brother, we want to show you one thing, that we're here to stay. We're not here to play.
Brother said, you got the Blackhearts, all of that, you got the Hughes Connection. You got the Dream Warriors. All these teams will come here and make a name for themselves, guys. We invite y'all to come in, baby. Only one thing we can do is show you what rock and roll is all about.
You and the USWA here, baby. Whoa, only the men hang around here.
And a Rock and Roll Express, boy, you want to talk about tough teams that have wrestled all over the world, championship teams. Well, the Rock and Roll Express have got to figure right in there. So if the Blackhearts come in figuring they're going to have an easy day today, then they don't know too much about professional wrestling, I got to tell you. They got to know this one's going to be a tough one right here. Speaking of the Blackhearts, there's more music in the background. And in fact, that means that they are going to be headed into the wrestling area as Rick and Robert wait for them in the ring. And we're set to go with this expiration of time tag team match. Our main event of the day here on USWA Championship Wrestling. Bert Prentice leading the way. And wow. They step up. They get the very strange-looking group when they come out. They came out earlier and jumped Junkyard Dog, but my goodness. Now we have a little ceremony here, looks like. They remove the hood and then the mask. The mask that looks like a face, but when they take it off, then they... What is this? Some sort of ritual continuing there.
Boy, I don't know what.
Now the robe comes off, but the ritual continues.
Yeah, that screaming noise is one of the Blackhearts there. They come in out of Japan. Heard a lot about them. Come in very highly recommended into the area.
Yeah, they have wrestled mostly in Japan. We're going to try to find out a little bit more about them later on. But they have quite a reputation. Here's Bert Prentice coming over here.
Oh, how I hope Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett are watching this.
Well, I'm sure they are. Rock and Roll Express cranking it up against the Blackhearts. Nice knee lift by Robert Gibson.
Robert working on that arm on the Blackheart. Tags Ricky Morton in there, his partner. Take the Blackheart, reverse it there. Blackheart whips him in. Oh, and Ricky bags him up, rolls him up, and the other big Blackheart comes in and goes after Ricky Morton.
Yeah, Rick was close to having a count of 3, but the other of the Blackhearts jumped in there and broke it up. Oh, my goodness.
Boy, what a big kick in there from the Blackheart.
I don't know what he calls that, but it was powerful. Put Ricky Morton down on the mat.
Ricky trying to fight his way back, and these big Blackhearts just going after Ricky. Takes him and throws him out on the concrete floor.
Amazing what you'll find when you go to Japan, huh, Dave Brown?
Wow! Off the ropes, down on the concrete floor, he jumps Rick Morton. Now Rick rolled under the ropes back into the ring.
Boy, he came off that top rope over there, too, onto the concrete floor. DDT on Ricky Morton. Blackheart drops down with a big elbow on Ricky. Tags his partner. Set Rick Morton up. He's up on the middle rope there. Comes off and just knocks Rick Morton down to the canvas there.
Rick Morton trying to regroup in the corner. Blackheart's not going to let him. Puts a boot to the midsection. Rick Morton comes out fighting, though. He's got that right fist doubled up. Look at that forearm by the Blackheart. Boy, this is a tough team. There's no doubt about it. They are going against some of the most rugged competition in professional wrestling in the Rock and Roll Express. And look at this. They double team.
Working over Rick Morton in there. The Blackhearts, Bert Prentice says he brought him in out of Japan, and they're here today in the USWA.
There's a knee lift. They're double teaming.
I'd say the Rock and Roll Express took him for granted, wouldn't you say?
That's the word from Bert Prentice. I don't think the Rock and Roll Express took anybody for granted. I think the Rock and Roll Express is confident every time they step in the ring that they can win the match, and I think that was the case today. I think it's still the case. I think they would still tell you they can win the match. Whoop, count of 2. The Blackheart almost counted out in spite of Bert Prentice and what he had to say. Look at this. Robert comes in. Now he's sent back out by the referee.
Big forearm from the Blackheart. Drops down on Ricky Morton. Takes Ricky, whoops him into the ropes. Boy, Blackheart just came down on Rick Morton. Let's bounce to the expiration of time here today on USWA Championship Wrestling. Rock and Roll Express and the Blackhearts. Boy, the Rock and Roll Express have got their work cut out for them here today. These Blackhearts are some kind of tough individuals wrestling in out of Japan.
Rick Morton back onto the ropes. They kept him in there a long, long time. He ran right into a big forearm, got him right in the midsection. Rick Morton slowed down. He goes for the boot, but does not get the Blackheart's feet out from under it. Oh, look out. They take him over near the corner. Make the tag a dangerous place for Rick Morton to be. They double him up. Big forearm. Big upper arm smashes.
Big movement there from the Blackhearts that time. He drops down with an elbow on Ricky. Or Morton has taken quite a beating from these Blackhearts in there. 2 count. Ricky kicks out of it.
Bert Prentice, I don't know what he was saying. I saw Ricky Morton get out of that. Here he goes over to the corner, makes the tag. Here's Robert Gibson against the Blackhearts. Let's see what he can do against them.
Well, Robert comes in. He takes the Blackheart, whips him into the rope. Big backflip on him. Look at Robert Gibson go to work on these Blackhearts. Ricky's on his feet. Rock and Roll Express. Into the ring with the Blackhearts. They whip Robert into the rope. Prentice grabs his leg. Referee calls for the bell.
Referee, I tell you, the sharp eyes of Kevin Christian today have done really good in a couple of matches. There's a case right there where Bert Prentice reached out and tripped him, and the referee saw it and immediately disqualified this Blackhearts team. It was some kind of action in there. They're a rugged team. I tell you what, I don't understand why Bert Prentice even got involved. I think he just doesn't, he just can't help himself. What did you do that for? They were taking care of the match there.
First of all, they should have been disqualified for Robert Gibson trying to kick me. These referees are the worst that I've ever seen in my entire life. I have a lot of pull around here right now. That referee's going to be fired. Ladies and gentlemen, the nightmare has just begun.
The Blackhearts. Well, they lose it by disqualification thanks to manager Bert Prentice, but they showed that they are, in fact, a very, very tough tag team, no doubt about it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more. Don't go away.